Y'all can hear me? Okay, y'all can hear me. All right, if y'all can hear me, that's half the battle. So let us it's Facts Off Friday. I think y'all know what it is. Ike's gonna try to get his figured out on his end, but
boom, I'm in here.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
What was that about?
I have no idea, but if we in here though, that's right. Whole 3 minutes of talking that nobody heard, baby. That's what I'm talking about. This is that great content that you produce right here live, man, where you're talking, nobody can hear what you're saying. Yeah. Y'all know what I usually say anyway, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pretend none of that happened before. I'm gonna cut all of that out when it rebroadcast. So you know, it's all good. But we in here now. Let's talk about this game, man. You doing good this morning, B? B was like all confused. He's like, is it me? Is my audio?
I was like, I thought it was me. I was like,
nah, it was totally me the whole time, and I didn't even realize it, man. See, this is why. Anyway, all right. So, let's get into these questions, man. We had some people submit questions, of course, on Twitter beforehand. So we're going to get into those first and foremost. I appreciate y'all for going ahead and liking the video, sharing the video, all that stuff, just because you saw me mouth the words. Y'all real ones out here, man. All right. But let's get into it, man. We don't want to belabor the point this morning. Fan questions started out on Twitter. We will get over into the questions from you all in the live chat in just a minute, but we will start things off this morning with the Auburn Tiger King, who is tweeting at Tycho BH go crazy. Yeah, Ty Cobb go crazy. Yeah, Ty Cobb go crazy is what that is. Yeah, Ty Cobb go crazy. All right. We are off to a rough start today with this, and I ain't gonna hold you. But anyway, facts or not, Jeremiah Cobb goes for over 75 yards in the absence of Damari Alston. What are you feeling about this one, B. Will?
I'm gonna say nah, and the only reason I'm gonna say nah is because they haven't seemed too willing to give Cobb snaps in the absence of Damari so far. So he went down in the Texas A&M game, and they stuck with Jarquez and Brian Battie. And then when it came to Georgia, it was Jarquez and Brian Battie. I don't know if this is because we're hitting the big leagues now with SEC play against some major league opponents that they need to hold some stuff back from him as far as pass protection, as far as play calling or knowing what's going to happen right away. I don't know if maybe he's not ready for that. I'm not saying that that's what it is. That's the only thing that I would expect because, I mean, hey, the guy's an SEC talent, a starting running back type talent. So the mental part of the game may not be completely 100% with him yet. So if so, just hold him back and get him those reps in practice until he's ready. But so far, I'm going to say nah. This coming out of the bye would probably be the time for it to happen, though. But I still say nah, not 75. I think he's going to get maybe a couple touches, but I don't think he gets that many yards.
Yeah, I mean, this one's tough for me. I'm going to say nah on this one as well, more so for the same reasons that you just said. Like, he has not seemed to be a featured part of the offense for some reason going into SEC play. He definitely has the talent to be able to do it. He doesn't really need a lot of touches for this to potentially happen. And with the way that this LSU defense has been playing, he could potentially get in there. I think this has more to do with whether or not the guys that we have out there are working. And I don't see a reason why Damari Alston and Brian Battie would not work well. Right. If they're not getting it done, then they may, go in another direction. But I think it's a nod for me on this one. And this does not speak to what I feel like the talent of Jeremiah Cobb is.
For real.
All right. Next one here is from Scotty King tweeting at War Eagle 1846, who says Battie has 100 plus total yards passing and receiving. Facts or not for that one?
I think this is a fact. I think this is absolutely a fact. He's going to get those yards between both. So just not all purpose because I don't include kickoff, but yes, from line of scrimmage, yes, I think he gets 100 yards because he's been that dynamic in the last two games that we played. I don't think that stops against a terrible LSU defense.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go facts on this one for Brian Battie. I think that 100 all-purpose yards from the line of scrimmage is potentially, I mean, if that feels like free money right there, right? Like, Battie has been dynamic for us offensively. I think that we find a way to get the ball into his hands more often. I'm going to go facts on this one as well. Next here we have Corey Purdue tweeting at War Eagle of 95, who says, facts or not, the seemingly porous LSU defense will be the Power 5 defense we finally throw for over 100 yards on.
That's such a sad. We have to be asking this question here, but yes, I'm going to say affirmative. This is where we get over 100, at least 200 for us to win this game. And I say facts. I think we go over 200.
Yeah, shoot, man. If this isn't facts, then we're gonna have some rough conversations in this post game.
Rough
tomorrow.
Yeah.
So this needs to be facts for my ability to maintain a voice after the post game. If we come in here in that halftime show tomorrow and we haven't already thrown for close to 100 yards, I'm gonna be mad. I'm just gonna let you, unless we've already run for 250.
Right. Okay. Yeah. 450 to win this game. And yeah, I would love if we're on track at the half to get that, then I'm all for it. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's still we should throw 400 yards in the first half. Like, let's be honest. This should be a first half statistic for most games for a competent offense, especially against a defense that has been this bad. But yeah, if we don't throw for over 100 yards in this game, then we better be rushing for 600 that game.
For sure.
So I'm gonna go facts. We're gonna get it done this week. I think they're gonna show a little bit more of a commitment to the short passing game that will allow us to get those attempts up for Peyton Thorne. And then you get a couple of guys out there in open space going and doing their thing, then it'll lead to over 100 yards. Yep.
I like that. I'm with it.
Grayson Bowles tweeting at Grayson_Bowles, who says, does LSU defense give up more than 50% on third down conversions?
50%. Do they give it up to us? We haven't been great on third down, but that's what the bye week's for. That's what that self-scouting and self-reflection is for. You know what? Nah, that's a lot. That's a lot. You know what? No, I'm gonna say facts. The recipe for success is possession, maintaining the ball, and keeping it away from their offense. You got to convert third downs to do that. So I'm gonna say facts. We go better than 50% on third down against LSU. Facts.
You know what? I'm supposed to be very boog, right? But I'm going to say nah on this.
Man, that ain't bugging. What are you doing?
I know. Let me say why I'm saying this. I don't want us to, number one, even really get into a lot of third down scenarios. And really, if we have been getting into third down scenarios offensively, it's been third and long. I still don't think that we're going to convert 50% of those. I want, listen, man, just don't even get the third down, man. Get 5 yards on first down and 7 yards on second down. And then the next play, get 11 yards on first down. And then the next play, get 8 yards on first down and 4 yards on second down. And then we're only going to have 6 third downs, but we're only going to convert 2 of them, but we'll get it on fourth down. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I mean, I hear you. Hear you. You know, I'm about that. I would love. There was actually a team, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Ole Miss. They were having a really hard time converting on third down. One of the games they played, whether it was Arkansas or LSU, I can't remember. And they had a better fourth down conversion rate than they did third down. So if you can get the yards, you can get the yards. That's the thing about a bad LSU defense. You got to have confidence that you can line up and get the yards when you didn't get it on third. Okay, well, let's go for it on fourth, because they're going to. I understand how we could still win with a poor third down conversion percentage. I'm with you.
Yeah. A lot of wishful thinking there in that answer, but yeah. Tiger Nella tweeting at Tiger Nella, who says, facts or not, Auburn will score more than 30 points against LSU.
I say facts again. I'm booging. This is me. I'm pro Boog, pro Auburn, because we have to score more than 30 to win. I believe that. I do think mid-30s. I can see 35-31 win for Auburn, 34-31 win. I think they're going to cross the 30-point mark. LSU will. how far into the 30s can we get? Because we know we're gonna have to score points. It's not gonna be a 21-20. Nobody's gonna stay in the 20s. Their offense is too good. Our defense is too bad. And their offense is too good and their defense is too bad. We're gonna get up there. Points are gonna go up. But how far? How far? I'm gonna say facts because we have no chance to win if it's not the 30. So I'm gonna say facts. We get past 30.
Yeah, I'm going to say facts on this one as well, man. I just want to see this offense take advantage of a defense that has not done well so far this season. And I am holding out hope that post-bye week Auburn offense is nothing like the pre-bye week Auburn offense in the Power 5 contests. We're going to get it together this week against this defense. 30 points more than 30 points. Let's go ahead and put it on the books. Auburn, get it done, baby. Tired of this nonsense, man.
Boogs.
But we need it in order to win. We do.
We got to cross 30. Got to.
All right. It is time for us to get over into the questions that you all are asking in the live chat. Don't see a lot of questions being asked in the live chat, but we're going to get over into them. But before we do, got to give a quick shout out to today's show sponsor, which is Manscaped. You guys know that you need to be heading over to manscaped.com because they have the great handyman package going on right now. That sounds a little odd, but handyman, are you tired of the bad razor marking your neck and making it look like a scary movie? Well, with the handyman skin safe technology to help reduce nicks and cuts, you can finally feel confident when going for that close shave. For wet or dry use, feel free to bring this anywhere and everywhere. The compact design and airplane friendliness make this the perfect travel tool for on the go and being able to shave up to 3 days of growth without the mess of a wet shave. It's priceless. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code RAPPORT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using code RAPPORT for a look as sweet as candy. Get yourself the handyman for Manscaped. Let's go over to the comment section and see what you all have been buzzing about this morning.
Let's see.
Facts or not style. Of course, we're going to start it off with super chats from Jay. I know this has nothing to do with the game, but Auburn would be undefeated with Shedeur and Coach Prime. No. Cameron Carr, listen, man. I don't. Prime is not the coach of Auburn. Shedeur is not the quarterback at Auburn, and Coach Freeze is the coach. Peyton Thorne is the quarterback. I have no idea what would have happened otherwise. What I do know is where we are right now. Listen, but I appreciate the super chat and Cameron Carr. Facts or not. Jarquez Hunter and Brian Batty get over 100 yards, maybe rush, maybe receive. We'd already talked about Brian Batty, but he says Jarquez Hunter is the reason why we went with this one as well. Any thoughts on whether or not Jarquez finally gets over 100 for a game?
If we're talking Jarquez going over 100, Batty going over 100, and we want to throw for at least 250, I mean, there's your entire offense right there. That's your entire offensive output. Because that's 400 plus yards, and we would need that to win this game. I don't know if it's going to come from just Jarquez, though. And here's the thing. The thing is, you don't spend 2 weeks to come out and do exactly the only thing you've been able to do. You've got to be able to spread it out. And that's what I think has to change in this game. They know that we can run the ball. We know that we can run the ball. Would it make sense to come out and say, hey, stop our bell cow backs? Sure. It would make a lot of sense. But I don't think Hugh Freeze is settled in this is all we can do, so this is all we're going to try to do. I think it gets spread around a lot more. So, both of those guys don't go over 100. One of them could. The other one, I don't think so. I think we're going to be spreading it around a lot to pass catchers, be it tight end or wide receivers.
You know what? I'm gonna say facts that Jarquez gets over 100 on the ground, and said maybe receiving as well. He takes a little screen or something, actually catches it this time. My guy Quez, you know what I'm saying? Gets out there in the open field. I think that he can get over 100 all-purpose yards in this one as well. 200 yards from Jarquez and Brian Batty. That's what I said. I said it. Because you know what? LSU's defense is trash. Everybody getting 100 yards. Peyton Thorne getting 100 yards. Jarquez getting 100 yards. Bat T getting 100 yards. Jay Fair catching for 100 yards. 500 all-purpose yards on offense, baby.
Okay. All
Coming
right.
out the gates, kicking that thing down. 500.
Okay. I hear you 500. Okay.
Screw LSU, man. And they purple and they gold. Screw they remedial-looking tiger mascot.
Yeah, he looks weird.
Screw they Bayou Bengal fans out there being drunk and ridiculous, coming in our comment section talking crazy.
Hey, I hope they come back if we win. That's all I want. I hope they come back if we win.
Screw the coach and his Notre Dame previous coaching self. Screw Jaden Daniels, even though that man really good. I don't want to say nothing negative about Jaden Daniels.
Nah, he that dude. I still want to beat him, but I ain't got nothing bad to say about him.
Screw them all, though. I don't care. 500. Said what I said. I got to talk loud because my mic wasn't on at the beginning of the show.
Make up for it. Make up for what wasn't heard.
Oh, man. Chris S. jumps in. Facts or not, quarterbacks have 0 turnovers in this game.
That would be ideal. I think you got to do that to win the game. Whoo, weren't we plus on the turnover battle against Georgia?
Yes.
Yeah. Were we plus against Texas A&M?
Did we turn the ball over against Texas A&M?
Yeah, because the defense scored 7 on that.
No, it said we turned it over. Did we?
Did we turn it over? Oh, no.
We had the fumble from the backwards pass situation with Peyton Thorne. But we ended up punting. I don't remember actually whether or not I don't think we turned the ball over against Texas A&M.
I think we were plus, and we still ended up losing terribly. So I'm going to say facts because we've done a fairly good job of that in SEC play. They protected the ball fairly well. So I'm going to say facts that we have no turnovers. Yeah.
I mean, we this is something that we've done a much better job of post Samford, right? Like, once we got into SEC play, they've taken care of the ball fairly well. I mean, we've had some turnover worthy plays that happened. The what ended up being a forward pass to Damari, the play that he got hurt on, would have been a fumble if it had been a lateral.
Right.
That backwards pass, again, I don't think that there was a clear recovery on that play, so we ended up punting on that one. So, and then against Georgia, we didn't turn the ball over. So yeah, I'm gonna say we're gonna continue that trend. This is something that Coach Freeze actually talked about that the offense had done a good job of preseason, right? Is protecting the football. So if we start to see some of the trends from preseason continue in the direction of, hey, taking care of the football, running the football well, getting into some tempo, then we can see a more proficient offense. There are some preseason trends I would like to see go away, but we're not gonna go into that again. We're going to say it's not going to happen in this game. We're going to get straight to it. No turnovers, facts.
Okay.
From the quarterbacks, at least. Hopefully no turnovers at all, but none from the quarterbacks is what the question asks. Facts and all, Robbie comes in to play and plays a half. Aaron Finney actually asked this question in a different way. Facts or not, do we see Robbie play a full quarter, half, or quarter?
Nah, I don't think it'll be that. I think they've invested solidly in Peyton Thorne. It's going to continue with him as a starter, and Robbie will play. I think he'll play. When you have a defense that is as fundamentally unsound in certain things as LSU's defense is, you got to put fast people on the field to make them make decisions and hopefully make the wrong decision, because that's what they're doing. They're bad angles, poor tackling. You put speed and strength on the field. Robbie Ashford is both fast and strong. Yes, he's going to be on the field. I still don't think they give him a full quarter play. I think it would have to, at this point, with what they've invested in Peyton Thorne as far as the time between camp and the season, he would have to lose us the game, like throwing picks, making wrong reads, fumbling the ball, or he would have to have gotten injured, similar to what happened with TJ Finley last year before Robbie really gets the nod to take over and take full control of the offense. That's what's going to have to happen. I don't know if we see that because again, the investment and the improvement that he showed from A&M to Georgia probably gave the coaches just enough, like, oh, well, maybe you're close to it, and that's gonna keep everything as is for right now. But no, I don't think Robbie gets a full quarter or half in this game.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I can't see it either. Unfortunately, I'm going to go nah on this one as far as, and I say unfortunately, not to say that I want to see Robbie be the starting quarterback. I just think that Robbie Ashford fits what we've done so far this season from the quarterback's position. So, but I expect to see a change of what we have been doing so far. So I'm going to say nah, they're going to do a little bit better of having a game plan that fits Peyton Thorne, which will limit the number of snaps that that Robbie gets. So I'm going to go no on this one.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Another super chat in here from James Jordan, who says, does Auburn prove the old adage, offense sells tickets, defense wins championships?
Huh. You know, do they prove it? Does that mean they come down here and just shut LSU down? I don't think that's what will prove it. We got to score points. I think we could play a great defensive game and still lose because we can't score enough points. So we got the last time we played a legendary LSU offense, we went down there with a great defense and we couldn't score points, so we lost. So no, we don't prove anything unless we win the game, and we've got to score points to win this game. Defense still wins championships, but yeah, this game we got to score points to win it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if our defense comes out and plays at a championship level, we still need to score points. Yeah. I believe that this LSU offense is that good this season where you're not going to rely on your defense to win this game. And I don't even know that you can look at the defense and say they lost you this game unless you give up like 40 points in this game,
right?
And you lose 40-37 or something like that. Then you're going to be like, yo, come on, man. Like, and again, this offense is really good for LSU. Let's let's not pretend as if they haven't shredded every single defense that they've been out here in front of. Right. This is going to be a good defense that they're facing, but I just think that this LSU offense is that good.
Yeah.
That I don't know that we prove that this weekend. I don't know that this weekend is the weekend that you say, man, Auburn's defense isn't really that good.
Right. This is not it.
Because that offense over there on the other side is really good one. If you can go out here and get stops against them, then listen, man, I don't want to see y'all giving up no points for the rest of the year, bro.
For real.
Not against these. I mean, well, Ole Miss has a good offense as well. So, but still, I think if you can limit LSU's offense, you can limit Ole Miss's offense. You certainly can limit Mississippi State's offense. You shouldn't give up any points to Vanderbilt. Shouldn't give up very many points to Arkansas, and Bama coin flip on what offense shows up for them. Right. So, I don't know that we prove that this weekend. So I'll go nah. Knox Cleveland jumps in. Facts or not, it comes down to McPherson's leg and kicking the game winner.
I would love this. I would love if the young kid, we keep it close enough that the young kid can win it for us. He's been solid this year. He's been dependable, pretty much to the low 50s as far as yardage goes. Man, I hope. Well, let me take that back. If he's kicking a field goal, then that means our offense is on the field to decide the game. And I don't want that. So let me tell you what I want. If we're behind and we have to kick a field goal, I want to have our offense decide the game because we are up by like 6 points and driving the field. And we have to possess for a touchdown, for a first down to win the game. That's what I want to happen. So I don't want to see us down on offense to decide the game at the end. I want to be up on offense and drain the clock for the game. So because I'm wishful and booging, I'm going to say nah. Best case for Auburn is possession while we are up with the ball at the end of the game and not being down. So I'm going to say nah to this.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I could see us winning a close game. And but yeah, I would rather it be the scenario that you just outlined where we are trying to possess the ball to play keep away at the end, right? We got a 3-4 point lead and we're just gonna, hey man, we're gonna salt the game away, turn around, hand the ball off a couple of times, get this final first down, nail it out, get up out of here. Yeah. Right. That's what I want to see happen. So I don't want it to come down to a final kick. I do think that we have a kicker who could do it though. So if it comes down to a final kick, I think McPherson can handle this, right? I'm not saying that. I just don't want this to be the scenario. So I'm going to say nah, just based on that bug. Hashtag Cool Breeze says, facts or nah, do we have a trick play on offense like last year? I want to answer this in two parts. Do we have a trick play this year against LSU? Facts. Is it like last year? Please no. Because that trick play last year didn't go so well.
Yeah.
So I get he's asking, do we do it again this year? Just saying, we did it last year against them. Will we do it again this year? Yes. I think that they're going to have a trick play because I feel as if they're coming out here and they're like, listen, we got to do what we got to do to come get this W and get this second half of the season kicked off properly. Yeah. And if it means that we got to go run a double reverse, we're going to do it. If we got to throw, I don't know. We got to, pitch the ball to Robbie Ashford, in the slot, and he comes out there and he throws it or something like that. If we got to do that, we got to do it. But I hope it goes nothing like the trick play last year went.
Yeah, we need to go better than that.
That was terrible.
We need to go better than that.
All right. Couple more here. The Walker Show says, facts or nah, this is do or die for Peyton as QB1.
Maybe. We're going to spend 2 weeks on you, and this is the worst. To be clear, you get 2 weeks to prepare for the worst defense you're going to see. Maybe Vanderbilt. Maybe not. Actually, LSU might be worse.
I mean, statistically, LSU is going to be the worst defense on our schedule. Vanderbilt's probably, from the SEC standpoint, the least talented, but I think they've been playing better as a unit than LSU so far this year.
So if I give you 2 weeks to prepare for the easiest task, the easiest matchup that you're going to get, and you can't execute this game plan, or you can't do exactly what you did in practice, let's be clear. I would have been out on anybody once you have a Texas A&M. I am out, but I'm not the coach. All right, I'm not the coach. So, will these coaches be done with Peyton Thorne if he can't take 2 weeks to perform up to what they expected of him when they brought him in here? That's a good question. I'm gonna say nah. Hugh Freeze doesn't seem like the type to sell on a guy he's invested in this much. So I'm gonna say nah. That's not what I would do, but I say nah.
So I think this is a layered question. And I'm gonna answer it outright, and then I'm gonna come and qualify my answer. I think the answer to this should be facts. And let me tell you why. When we say do or die, if he has a disastrous game, I don't know how you go back to that guy, even if it's at home, even if because again, it's against this LSU defense. If this had been last year's LSU defense, and he has a bad showing on the road versus them, I think you just say to yourself, good defense on the road. We were walking into a hornet's nest, difficult situation. This year's LSU defense and a disaster versus them, I don't know how you go back if it's truly on Peyton Thorne. Again, not saying the offense doesn't perform well, but Peyton Thorne himself has a bad game, multiple bad interceptions, or fumbling the ball like he did early game versus Cal, or missing his RPO stuff. Just truly poor execution from the quarterback standpoint. I would say, all right, man, listen, we've given you every opportunity. It's time to move on.
Yep.
Right. I would think that you have to against this LSU defense.
Right.
Having said that, I don't know that as poorly as I feel like Peyton Thorne has played at spots so far in his Auburn career, I don't know that he's done poorly enough for a mediocre game to get him benched, where it doesn't look great, but it doesn't look terrible. Like I think he played admirably against Georgia. If he has a Georgia type game where it ain't like, oh my God, like the world on fire, but it ain't terrible, they're going to continue to ride with him, I think.
Yeah.
Just because I think they've invested a lot in him to this point. Having said all of that, I'm hoping we don't need to know the answer to this question because he's gonna go out there and he's gonna handle his business. So we don't let's not find out. How about that?
Yeah.
How about we just don't find out what the answer to that question? How Kanye was it the Grammys where they was
I guess we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. Like I really want to. That's what we need to do right there. So
yeah,
let's do that. Devin 21 jumps in and says, "Facts or not, Jaden Daniels throws a pick in this game."
You know what? I'm going to say facts here. And the reason I'm going to say facts is because our secondary is our strength on defense. But also, if we are doing what we should be doing, again, if the game plan goes to plan, we should be up and possessing the ball. They should get limited opportunities. And for the first time, that should force, I want to say press. Jaden Daniels didn't really press. He actually does a good job of not pressing, not trying too hard to win the game. But we should frustrate him more than any defense he's faced so far this season has frustrated him. I'm including Florida State because Florida State was the first game and he didn't look like he's looked really until the last 3 games. Mississippi State is where it started. I think we can get him to press some, try to win the game because they'll have to. Like they got the ball back every time they needed to against Missouri to win that game. You didn't have to press. And the same thing against Ole Miss. Honestly, but your defense is giving it up. When you can keep them far under their averages, when things that have been working all season don't work, you start looking for something. You start trying to make something where it's not there. And that's where I think we can trip them up. So I'm going to say facts. I think we get one about them. At least one about them.
Because I feel as if I have confidence in Ron Roberts and the way that he wants to scheme some things up, I'm going to say facts on this one as well. I think Jaden Daniels, he does something wrong in this game. Listen, we need all of this. We need all I'm gonna go facts on everything that gives us a better chance to win the football game, man. I'm gonna go facts on all of that. These ain't predictions. These are books. Calm down out here. You know, listen, I get it.
I know, right?
I get it. I'm going for all of this stuff. I'm gonna say yes to everything that contributes to an Auburn W. Facts. Yeah, we doing that. Again, why? Because LSU sucks. Screw them. Care nothing about LSU. And you know, we're not gonna play them next year, so we need to go and get this out. You know what I'm saying? Let's make this happen. We gotta end the yearly situation on a dub. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get in here and get this dub. Quick super chat before we get out of here. Run the Damon Duval special. Should we pull out the win? No damn cigars.
I mean, if you're really superstitious and you think that was the reason we didn't win there for 20 years, then I understand why you say. I don't think it had anything to do with
I mean, we already won there again since then. So, you know, hey.
Curse, bro. I guess you're saying don't restart a new curse.
We don't play them next year. Break out all the cigars you want to. Smoke a cigar at midfield on the LSU logo if you want to. I don't care. That's a little disrespectful, but you get what I'm saying. All right, man, we are going to get out of here. We appreciate you guys dropping in with us. As always, the morning drop and Facts Are Not Friday brought to you by RogueShop.com. Use code RAPPORT when you head over there to get you a little something off of your purchase. And we appreciate everybody who supports the people who support the War Rapport. Before you get out of here, give us a thumbs up on the video and share the video with somebody else. I'll make sure to cut off all of that stuff where I wasn't talking at the beginning out of the video by the time it gets rebroadcast out there. But we appreciate all you guys. We will be back at you all in the pregame tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. before the kick to give our final thoughts on Auburn versus LSU. Until then, and as always, War Eagle. Peace.
Peace.